So it's very easy to talk about optimism when life is going well. But obviously life isn't like that, and your child will experience setbacks and perceived failures, if you like. And the question is well, how do we help encourage them to still feel optimistic about themselves and about life when things aren't quite going to plan? Well, in the first video of these series, I mentioned that optimistic people tend to view setbacks as impersonal. They don't take them personally. And that's the first stage in all of this. To encourage your child to realise that just because something's gone wrong, it's not really about them. So if your child's not done well on a test, for example, it's not because they're not intelligent or they're not clever enough to do so. If someone has been unkind to them, it's not because they're not worthy of friendship. Separating out them, the personal, from what actually has occurred. That's your first step. The second step then is to look at the impersonal circumstances that surround this setback. So with the test, did they cover all the topics that were tested? Had they understood them the first time round? Did they revise hard enough? With an unkind friend, is there a pattern of this behaviour? Have they been like this before? Have you noticed them being like this with someone else? Starting to look at all of those sort of things that might add to that overall picture and form that reason of why this particular situation has happened. And then, of course, looking at ways together that you can remedy that situation either now, in terms of maybe having a chat with a friend, or in the future, revising more for a future test. All of these things help your child to look forward and know that just because life has, thrown a few challenges their way, a few curveballs, doesn't mean that it's all over, and there's still plenty of things for them to look forward to in the future, and they can build on these setbacks to achieve more as life goes on. And the fourth stage in all of this is, if you can, and we'll do another video about this a bit later, start to help them look for the silver linings in a particular situation, because there are generally silver linings when we look. So with that test, well, it's better to find out now than when you're about to take your GCSEs. With the friendship, well, it's better to understand how you need to behave around people if you yourself have been difficult, or indeed to understand that this isn't a friend that you want in your life. So make sure they understand that it's not personal. Look at the impersonal circumstances. Look at how you can remedy it. And then, if you can, look for the silver linings. All of which help your child be far more optimistic about life, even when those challenges come their way.